Memento mori is Latin and means remember that you must die, which is a term used in the art world for symbols that remind us of the inevitability of death. Even an hourglass or wilting flowers can suggest the impermanence of life. Carving skulls is a phenomena that has been found in all cultures throughout all time. The oldest examples are fragments of skulls that were found at ritual sites in Turkey 11,000 years ago. But this example that I'm holding in my hand is a carving by a contemporary artist named ZANE WYLE. You can look him up, W-Y-L-E. He carves skulls. He gets a lot of money for doing them, and they're super high art. Carving skulls is the most direct example of memento mori. When you'll see it in art, it's a direct reference to the fact that where all life dies. And if this coin doesn't capture your attention, nothing will. I mean, this is spectacular. This particular carved skull was inspired by the story of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. So he lived in the 1568 and died in 1591 as a very young boy. He became a member of the Jesuit Order while still a student at the Roman College. And he died while caring for victims of the plague. He was eventually beatified in 1605 and then canonized a saint in 1726. So his story is pretty out there. He was the eldest son. I'll zoom in so you can appreciate it. Whoop. He was the eldest son of 7, born into an aristocratic family, the son of Fragments de Gonzaga, the Marquis of Castellogni, an incredibly wealthy and powerful man. So as the firstborn son, he was in line to inherit the father's title and status. The father assumed that Aloysius would become a soldier, as this was the norm for sons of aristocracy at the time. You digging this coin? At the age of 5, his father sent him to military camp to get him going in his training. He grew up amid very violent and brutal times of the Renaissance in Italy. He witnessed the murder of his 2 brothers. At the age of 8, he fell ill, and at that time he was obsessed with the life of saints. He took a vow of chastity at 9 and decided to join the Jesuit Order. His family, of course, was way against it because he would have to renounce all of his rights to inheritance as well as status in society. In 1586, he was accepted into the Jesuit Order called the Society of Jesus. And see on the side of his skull here, it says IHS. That's the symbol for the Jesuits right there. Gorgeous coin. Yeah, when in 1591, when the plague broke out in Rome, the Jesuits opened a hospital for the sick and stricken, and Aloysius went to work there. I think the Jesuits sent him in there to take care of the dying people, and he literally would carry them in from the streets and wash and feed them. And then, of course, he got the plague and passed away at an incredibly young age. And the Jesuits are a pretty interesting subject in and of itself. This was a very intense time. The Catholic Church was being challenged, its power and its grip. The reason it was being challenged, a guy named Martin Luther seriously challenged it because he was active not too long after the Gutenberg press, which was like the computer. He could spread and disseminate information really fast. So Martin Luther was the father of the Reformation and the start of Protestantism, whereas the founder of the Jesuit Order was Ignatius of Loyola, and he was a military man and who sustained some serious injuries. A cannonball hit his leg and shattered it, had many surgeries, and before there was anesthesia, and he limped the rest of his life. And he came up with this whole plan and approached the Pope, like, if you want to maintain your grip and control over the world, you have got to clasp a fist and come down hard and mercilessly. And he had a plan exactly how to do it. You know, a plan to not tolerate any dissonance against the church. So St. Ignatius of Loyola is the father of the Inquisition, as well as the father of the Counter-Reformation. So that's the significance of this coin, and that's why I love coins, because a simple image and symbols can give so much history. Here's the other side, not that interesting, but it's a legal tender and it is a coin, and it does come in this exquisite box and a certificate of authenticity. Also a product of the Mint of Poland, using all kinds of, high technology to create this kind of detail. This is one of 3 coins in a fantastic series. This is one of them. I'm going to do one on each of them, 3 coins. So finally, I just wanted to kind of show you the actual skull that this was inspired by. So I'm going to turn the lights down and just show you this right here. That's a real human skull that ZANE WYLE carved in honor of this interesting young boy who was obsessed with saints and became one. So I just wanted to show you the real skull, just to give you an idea of where the artwork for the coin came about. The saint's actual skull is in a church somewhere in Rome. His remains were sent there. So I think you got the idea. All right, I'll show you the other coins. There you go. Over now.